Let's take a look at the workspaces of the Illustrator. We can access the workspace going into this option, that is window menu, and here I have an option that is workspace. I can choose any of these workspace, or I can even create a new workspace. Currently I'm on Essentials. If I choose Essentials Classic, Essentials Classes was the workspace that was previously used in the older versions of the Illustrator. So it had a control panel here. So control is now on. Let's say I'll just go to Essentials. Now my control panel is gone. If I go to the Windows menu and then I want the control panel even in the Essentials, I can just go ahead and click on the control. I'll get my control panel back even in the Essentials. If I choose painting, it will create the panels here that are particularly useful for painting purposes, like the color, swatches, color guide, and brushes and layers and all that. If I click on here as well, I can access the workspaces from here as well. This is another option. Let's say I'll just go to a typography option. It'll give me the options, these panels that are useful for creating typography or typography like effect. Mostly they are font based, so Illustrator has docked in the typography panels here. Here I have the tools bar. I can change the view of the tools clicking on this. In case you have a smaller screen, you can use this so that the tools will be stacked in a smaller space. In case the tool has a little triangle like that below the tool, this one doesn't have, this one does have, so you have to long press on that, and we have few more tools here in this group. So some of these tools are grouped within each other, so you need to look at it. Here we have groups, some more groups. You have to long press on that tools and you will be able to access those other tools within the tool. Here I have the properties panel. This is the layers panel, and this is the libraries panel. I can even change and edit the panel. Let's say I don't want to see this libraries panel. I can go to here. I can just right click here and I can close the particular panel. If I want to add a panel, I'm just gonna go back to my original, that is Essentials here. Okay, now if I want to add a panel, I can just go ahead in the Windows menu, and here let's say I'm gonna add a pathfinder. You can use shortcut Shift Control F9, and some other panels do have the shortcut. So I have this panel pathfinder that is floating around here. I can just go ahead and dock the pathfinder panel right here. I can just click here so it will hide it. I can bring it back. I can just take it and tear it apart and put it here also. One by one, I can just do that. I can just go back, hide options, right click, close, right click, close. Or if I have created a lot of mess here, I can just go back on the workspace and reset Essentials. It'll just go back to the default options here. Here I have an option. Let's say if I select an object, like I'm selecting the sun or the cloud, then I have a few options coming up in the properties panel that shows the dimensions, the rotation. If I want to rotate, I have a rotation option here. If I want to flip this, I can flip this object, or horizontally or vertically. Appearance, fill, stroke, opacity, functions in case I want to add blur or shadow, anything like that. Alignment if I want to use, and the pathfinder, a little bit of pathfinder as well. There is more pathfinder here, but these are commonly used. So for Illustrator will just dock in here and show me. Quick actions will also be coming up for me to quickly just make my work a little faster than usual. Here I have the percentage of the zoom. Let's say mostly we'll be using fit on screen, so that is 93.45%. In this case, you can also use anything else. This is one way of zooming as well. This is the rotation of the artboard. That's not something I need for now, so I'm going to keep it to 0%. Here is the number of artboard. Currently, I'm on the artboard number 1, so it will show me here. I'm going to add one more artboard, and let's see how it acts now. Just add one more artboard. Okay. Now, I can toggle between first artboard or the second artboard. I have few options here. Let's say I want to create it in full screen. I can change the screen mode. You can use the shortcut F. I'm using the shortcut F and it will change the screen. The panels are going out. This one gone out. One more time and there all the panels are gone. Here I have the rulers. I'll press Ctrl R and they will be gone as well. I'll press F again and I'll be back. I can also use a tab option here to hide my tools and panels as well. So that's our workspace. I'm gonna now go ahead and delete this artboard. Control 0, fit to screen, and that's our workspace. Now we're gonna go ahead and make our own workspace. To make our own workspace, first of all, you need to make changes to this particular workspace so that if you go to the Windows and Workspace, if you choose Reset Essentials, it will go back to the Reset predefined workspace. Let's say, first of all, go to the Windows menu and go to the Control, click on the Control because we want to have the Control panel here. Next, I want you to go to the Windows menu and then go to the Toolbar. And instead of basic, choose advanced. In case your toolbar looks like this, you need to click on this so that you need to, if this is visible throughout your screen, then it's fine. If it's not visible as per your screen size, you can click on this and all the tools will be visible here. Now you can go to workspace. I'm going to create new workspace. I'm going to name this as my workspace. Click OK. And this is now added in the as my workspace in the presets. Now, in case you change things like if you do this and you make a little changes here and there, and you make some kind of mess in terms of workspace, you can go back to Windows menu. Go to Workspace and you can choose Reset My Workspace and it will go back to as it was preset before. Now, one more thing I can do is you can go to the Workspace and you can manage workspaces. Here I can just go back here. I can rename this my new workspace. I'm going to give OK and it will change the name. Also, I have an option to delete that. I can click on this and then I can delete this, or I can create a new workspace using this option.